All right, enough about Blue Lock. Should we get to our best boys?
Sure. What's your best boy?
My best boy is the Egghead Island opening.
Yeah, you showed it to me today.
Mm-hmm. When Danny walked in, I was just starting a new episode 1097 of One Piece, which for those who know is the first Japanese-only episode on Crunchyroll. I've caught up with the dub, unfortunately.
I wish you got to watch the episode because I wanted to ask how jarring it is. Because it's so jarring for me when I go from English to Japanese. That's why there's a My Hero disconnect for me.
Yeah.
Blue Lock's a bit like that. But I've been watching it I've been really enforcing the voices in my head.
Yeah.
To sound like the English ones. But yeah, I'm interested to hear it.
I feel like I've seen a fair amount of the episodes in Japanese. Just I don't know, it's some episodes on Crunchyroll just weren't in dub.
Doesn't Luffy sound like Goku a little? Isn't that
he's like a classic, shonen MC where he's kind of he's voiced by a woman, so he's kind of squeaky. But he's kind of squeaky in the dub as well. I think they actually did a really good job of doing the dub to make it sound like the sub, because all of the characters sound pretty similar.
Oh, nice.
I don't know. I haven't I'll let you know next week when I'm 30. I'm probably gonna be caught up with One Piece by next week, which is
what are you gonna do now when you work out?
Probably watch ReZero or something. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, the weekly One Piece is a curse. First off, when I get caught up, when I hit 1122, there's not a new episode of One Piece that needs to be watched until 1123, which is until April 2025. I'm just gonna get caught up with the manga. I'm not gonna watch One Piece weekly. I'm not an idiot. Come on, it's literally an affliction to watch One Piece weekly. I'm gonna let it get 100 episodes ahead. I'm not gonna watch it for 2 years, and then I don't know, maybe I'll keep up with it every once in a while. But I'm just gonna watch ReZero and all the anime I've been putting off for fucking years now because I've been too busy watching One Piece.
I wonder what's going on in the manga. I feel like nobody ever talks about it.
Elbath.
Wow, that means so much to
Yeah.
me. But I just mean everyone, there was so much hype when Gear 5 came out in the anime and not so much in the manga.
I guess, yeah.
I remember there were some rumblings of it when it hit the manga. But
Yeah.
yeah.
They do a pretty good job at I'm in all the circles that talk about every One Piece chapter. Something really big and important just happened in the most recent chapter. So I saw it everywhere. But I'm also almost caught up, so I'm really not that upset about it.
Right.
But yeah, no. So they do a pretty good job at pumping down the One Piece spoilers. But if you're in the proper circles, you'll find it. Do you have a best boy?
My best boy may just have to be Call of Duty Black Ops 6.
Oh.
Yeah.
I saw Easter eggs are back.
Oh, yeah.
I saw you can turn into a superhero.
You can turn into a superhero. You can fight a giant squid monster.
I might get Black Ops 6.
Yeah.
That's how you if you drop a good zombies mode, that's how you get me back. I'm not touching multiplayer with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah.
I'm getting fucking hosed in multiplayer.
Yeah.
No goddamn way. But Black Ops zombies, absolutely.
Dude, zombies is I'm not a good reviewer for zombies
Is there a
because
campaign?
yeah. Apparently one of the best in years. It's 8 hours, which is way better than last year's 4 hours.
I feel their 4-hour fucking Warzone campaign. Yeah.
But yeah, people are saying that this is the best campaign in years. I've only been doing zombies in multiplayer, but I will get into the campaign. Yeah, it's pretty good.
I could put some hours on that.
Yeah.
I'm almost done with Wukong. I'm so close to being done.
How are
with
you
Wukong.
liking it?
I love it. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't beaten Space Marines 2. I have about 2 hours on Space Marines 2.
I have a disgusting amount of work. Work and games. But I'm trying
40 and slip.
I'm trying to get into
Games is work.
Yeah. I'm trying to get into 3 days of recording videos, 2 days just me time during work hours. And it's been real tough with I'm doing Halloween specials. I watched Over the Garden Wall, also a potential best boy. You never seen Over the Garden Wall?
Is it Over the Hedge, you mean?
No, not Over the
What the fuck is Over the
God,
Garden?
I wish I watched Over the Hedge for my Halloween special.
What is Over the Garden Wall?
It's a 10-episode miniseries from 2014. It's very spooky.
This looks slightly familiar, but I have no idea.
It's very spooky. Great voice acting. People love it. It's a little boring.
Okay.
But that's because it's artsy. It's it's boring in the way that The Lighthouse is boring, which is boring, but it's intended to be.
Skinamarink.
Yeah, Skinamarink. But yeah, it's good. I like it. But yeah, I want to get that out for a Halloween special, and so I'm
all 10 episodes?
They're all 10 minutes long.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So it's 2 hours of content.
Yeah, still 100 hours of reaction. Holy shit.
It's a lot. I broke it up into 2. Okay. I just put out the first half. I'm going to do the next one. New Hell of a Boss comes out October 31st.
Gotcha.
Arcane's coming out. I might react to that. It's just fucking
Final season.
Yeah, second and final season. That's
because
crazy.
nobody wants more Arcane. That's it, baby.
They'll probably do different like League of Legends shows.
Gotcha.
Probably.
Give me the wolf guy.
He's probably in season 2
Really?
of Arcane. That's like the going theory. They think it's Vander.
I don't know what that means.
Oh, he was the big guy, like their mentor when they were kids.
Oh,
Yeah.
Here comes wolf guy.
They think.
That'd be kind of sick.
Yeah, that's like Arcane only lore though, so no one knows.
That's the
It's
only
speculation.
Legends character I know.
Wolf
That
guy.
and the lady who can ensnare people. I think she's got spiders, or she is a spider.
Elise.
Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, so I just like I have the Halloween specials and then Anime IRL is definitely gonna take my whole day tomorrow.
Well, no, it's like 10 to 2.
Yeah, and then I gotta drive. It's 10 to like 2:30, and I gotta drive. Yeah, boy,
Yeah.
is it. Hey, please don't tell people where I live, maybe, if you don't mind. Maybe just be courteous for once, Nick. I don't know. I'm sorry, is it
I
hard?
had moral high ground for 10 minutes.
Is it tough?
For 10 minutes, I had moral high ground. No! Oh, and then it slipped through my fingers
Well,
like sand.
At least now people can calculate my drive here every day.
Oh, no!
But,
yeah, right. They can see exactly how much, with this episode's knowledge, you can
Yeah.
figure out how far Danny drives.
But like, yeah, so that's gonna take all day, and then we'll see if I record a video today. But so I'm trying to get 3 recording videos a week, and then 2 video game days. I'm trying to schedule
Time to play video
liking
games.
life.
Yeah.
But so anyway, yeah, Call of Duty's been sick. I never played the other zombies, so I'm a bad like critic to say whether or not this one's good.
You never played like Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, like
Dude, when I was a kid, I was so annoyed at like other kids running like metas. Like that was my first introduction to meta, where
Okay.
like you get into zombies and you're like, all right, let's have some fun. You're like, no, idiot, you have to knife the first 3 rounds
You have
and
to.
then you do a rotation.
Yep.
I didn't like that.
Because like in the Buried is undoubtedly the greatest zombie map of all time. If you stay up top and you knife for a bunch, you can get like one of the best LMGs in the game by like round 4.
Is Buried like, does that have a giant robot or a dragon? Like, what one's
It's
that?
got like the Leroy. He's like a 10-foot tall like Lenny kind of guy. You're down in like a mining town that's underground. You start like out on this like giant scaffolding thing. And then like there's like a haunted mansion you can run through. There's a bunch of witches in there that steal your money. Oh, dude, fucking sick. I love Buried.
Yeah.
That's the best one. And then there was the one where you were like in a Chinatown one. There was a bunch of different buildings you could jump between. That was also dope. There was there was the first one. And then there was the one where
First one?
There was the one where you were JFK.
Kino is one
Kino.
of them. JFK maybe Moon
Well, you could be you
or 5.
it might have been 5, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
I remember that. There's
Oh, the one with the bus. Oh, the one with the bus.
I will say I wish this one had like kooky like theme or gimmick. Like they have cool stuff. Like Terminus has like a giant squid monster that you can fight by like doing 20 minutes worth of Easter egg bullshit.
Yeah.
The other one is meant to be like basic. It's just like a little daylight suburban town that you can turn into a superhero. But like, yeah, some of the past ones, there's like a medieval one. There's like a gladiator coliseum one. There's
Yeah.
one on the moon. There's one in like the Arctic on the Titanic.
The one with the trench warfare with the giant robots and you build the
Yeah.
staffs. That one is an all-time one.
Yeah, like I wish one of these was like, oh, this one takes place on Venus for some reason. Or
Yeah.
like this one's in like Nazi Germany again. And it's
Yeah.
like, there isn't one where
Oh, the
I'm
one where
like,
you fire the rocket? Where you have the rocket?
I haven't played it.
There's like there was like a little like it was like you start with like there was like a centrifuge thing and it can like knock the zombies out. Oh, that one was so good.
Yeah, I wish it was like, I don't know what another gimmick would be, but something like that where it's like something that I could be like, oh, you got to play this one. This one takes place like underwater.
Yeah.
You know?
I love zombies.
It's fun.
I love zombies. I don't like that you can see the damage you do to them now, though. I hate the little damage number pop-ups thing. That annoys me.
I don't mind it. I like it. I bet you
have
can
no
turn it
idea how
off.
much health they have, so I can just be like, my God, when are they going to die?
I wonder if you can turn it off in the settings.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Because it's just, I don't know, it gamifies it too much for me. I need the fear.
It's tough when you fight like thick, like mini boss zombies.
Yeah.
Like, I love the health bars for that because I feel like I would just be like, there's no point in
Oh
putting
man, the
bullets
first
into
it was like
this.
the first real mini boss zombies. It was like dogs, and then it was monkeys, and then in the giant robots one, there was the mini robots that had the claw hands, and you had to shoot them in their claw hand to drop you. Oh man, I'm getting the itch.
You know what I miss?
What?
Dead Ops Arcade.
Dead Ops. Do
you remember that? It's like top down?
When you were the little
Yeah.
you were the, like
Looks like Diablo a little.
yeah, but you were the army soldier. You
Yeah,
were like,
yeah.
and you could kind of just move, and you would get like the AA-12 shotgun
Yeah,
and
yeah.
just blow away zombies.
Yeah.
That
And a
was
gorilla
sick.
would show up every now and then.
Yeah. That was.
Anyway, that's my best
I'm
one.
gonna buy it tonight.
Yeah.
We're gonna play zombies together. You know what's most invaluable? Like the friend, like everybody had the one friend who knew how to do all the Easter eggs, and they were usually the dumbest friend you had. Like it was like the dumbest dude I've ever known in my entire life. Like almost failed out of high school. Knew the Easter eggs like the back of his hands,
Yeah.
and that was his thing. We wouldn't play zombies without him because we would need him to show us how to build the staffs.
Yeah. The worst part about zombies so far in my experience is like if you go in with like 3 or 2 or 1 people, it fills the rest. Like it's always 4 people.
Uh-huh.
And I saw a lot of people talking about this on TikTok, but like
So you can't play offline?
Well, you can. I'm sure. I don't know. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
But like I saw a lot of people talking about this online, and like Twitch and like YouTube and content creation has ruined games like this because you hop in, you have like 1 or 2 guys filling in, they're strangers, and they're like speed running shit. Like you want to go in, you just want to kind of like go at your own pace, and they're like doing the Easter eggs, they're like speed running it,
Without
and then
you.
they leave.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Oh, can they leave without you?
Yeah, people can just leave.
Crazy.
I mean, if you stop playing, like, you know.
Oh, like if you like, oh, gotcha. Okay, like
They're,
they're
like,
not
making
they're not
content.
trying to extract.
No.
Gotcha. Because like
Yeah.
extracting isn't something that they introduced until like a couple of zombies games in.
Yeah, like, that's how you, like, save your game, essentially.
Yeah.
But it's pretty sick. I'll, like, have more thoughts. Next week, we should, like, review it.
Gotcha. I'm down for that. My flashback is that I finished Well of Ascension.
Well of Ascension.
The second Mistborn book. And now I'm on Hero of Ages. I'm 4 hours into Hero of Ages, and Vin fucked up. Well,
Yeah.
Vin didn't fuck up. She did the right thing, but my God, did Brandon Sanderson put me in a fucking pretzel, dude. When the mist spirit that's been trying to kill Ellen for the... I don't know why the mist spirit's been trying to kill Ellen. I don't even know what the mist spirit is. But then they're at the Well of Ascension, and Vin takes the power, and the mist spirit cuts open Ellen's belly, and she's like, I have to let Ellen die. But in actuality, the mist spirit cut open Ellen's belly because she wanted her to take the power. And then like, oh, hey, the power allows you to move the location of the Earth, and Rashik, like the reason that the Earth is fucked up is because Rashik moved the planet closer to the
Put
sun.
it too close.
And then he was like, oh shit. And then he was like, but instead of moving it backwards a little bit, he was like, you know what? We're going to do ash mounds. And then he changed humanity. I just found that out. And like their little like end of chapter segment, he was like, change humanity so that they could breathe ash.
Yeah. That, I think, it's either a theory or in the book where he's like, he didn't want to push it back because he got so lucky that like pushing it closer didn't just make it uninhabitable.
Yeah.
That he's like, I'm afraid of overcorrecting
Yeah.
and it's too cold now. But yeah, isn't that crazy?
Crazy.
What'd you think of like the second book as a whole now that you finished it and in comparison to the first book?
Well of Ascension is not as good as the first book.
Oh yeah.
It's a lot more political, like trying to figure out the systems. But that being said, I'd say it has hyper moments. Like I'd like finding out that her Khandra is actually not her Khandra.
Yeah.
And that her Khandra is actually Tensoon, who killed her Khandra.
Yeah.
And is like now like this traitor to the system. And then her Khandra like allowing her to help in the battle against Zane, Zane's death. All of those incredibly hype moments. Ellen eating the bead and her being like, he's burning pewter. Sick.
Yeah.
So sick. Like immediately a Mistborn.
Yeah.
That was really cool. Her taking the well, like, and it's also so good. It's a really good book for figuring things out because like there's like the pounding in her head.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, the well is full. So like every couple thousands of years, the well fills. And like there's a new Hero of Ages. So it's supposed to be Alendi, but Alendi like was gonna give up the power, but he wasn't supposed to give up the power. And that's what Quan figured out. And so like Quan was like, don't let Alendi take the power, and then give it up. But for some reason, the Mist Spirit, or maybe Chaos or whatever his name is,
Ruin.
Ruin was like messing with the rubbings that Sazed was going through. Sazed losing Tindwall, the entire Koloss army attack. I want to see that in live action or animated so badly.
Yeah.
Because the Koloss army, Sazed turning into like this monstrous entity that's just like crushing like 12-foot Koloss skulls in.
Yeah.
And then like every time they describe, the way they describe Straff's death sounds so sick.
How she just like vertically cuts him in half.
Because Straff is like Straff is charging.
Yeah.
Like he's like, all right, it's time to like go save Luthadel. And then he's like, that's not an arrow. He's like, arrows aren't that big. That's a miscloak. And then you just see, she's like, you hear like she cuts the horse in half.
Yeah.
Like she cuts him in half so hard, she cuts the fucking horse in half.
I know, it gets weirdly anime out of nowhere. She
Yeah.
just grabs a Koloss sword
Yeah.
and fucking like dices him.
Dude, it's
Yeah.
and then like the way that like Brandon Sanderson does such a good job of describing the action, and I'm reading it and I'm just like walking, I'm taking like Wagyu on like an extra mile long lap.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, Vin's slicing bitches up right now. She has no moral, like no like moral, like it's not
Code.
a gray spot for her to kill Colossus.
Yeah.
She like, kills like a bunch of humans when like Set moves into the city, and she's like, aw, and then she's like, I'm gonna kill those blue fuckers.
Yeah.
And like the entire like lead up to that is like, hey, Colossus might be smarter than we realize. It's like kind of
Yeah.
like people being like pigs are as smart as dogs. And then she's like, I don't give a shit. They're tasty.
I don't give a sack of beans about that.
And so really like the ending, I'd say, of Well of Ascension, like makes what is effectively the first 15 hours of it being pretty slow worth it.
Yeah.
Because like it's like a lot of like political, like it's Ellen being annoying, him being like, oh, I don't know, everyone deserves the vote. And
Yeah.
then it's like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, he gets voted out.
Take Clubs' army. Like they're
Yeah.
like you're being a fucking idiot. Take Clubs' army, reseed control of the city.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I want Penrod to have it. And it's like Penrod's in Straff's pocket, you fool.
Yeah.
Clubs dies though. That was crazy.
Yeah.
And just like kind of dies like nondescriptly. They're like, hey, Club's arm got cut off. And then he was dead. And then Doxin dies.
Yeah, they really just throw a couple of guys out
And
at the
they
end.
throw the two worst guys.
Yeah, yeah.
They're like, hey, the guys you haven't really heard from that often. And then Marsh is gone for like the entire book. And then Marsh, like, it's like in the beginning of the book starts with Marsh and Sazed at the conventicle of Saren. And they're like talking about, you know, like whether or not they should be like leading, and like, oh, they're looking for like Sazed finds the rubbing, and like a lot of the book revolves around like Quan's rubbing and Sazed and Tindwall like breaking it down, and then it's revealed at the end that like Marsh has like lost his mind as a fucking Inquisitor. Now the Inquisitors are the bad guy again, and the Inquisitors are getting stronger because they have pewter nails in their hearts.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Good shit. Book 3's very good. It's
I'm
a
excited.
really good trilogy.
I'm very excited.
The Marsh shit's very good. It gets really dark, and it gets like,
Him trying to pull out his back spike whenever he regains sanity is really cool.
yeah, that's very cool. It gets really like, I had the same vibe when Ellen got stabbed, and I was like, Ellen may just die. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't think Kelsier would die. I don't think Ellen will die. He may die.
Yeah.
The third book, the whole time, you're like, how are we gonna get out of this one, gang? Like,
Yeah.
things are looking mighty bad.
That's how I felt about like the entirety of like the build up, like, oh, when Strapp pulls his armies out, and I'm like,
Yeah.
My entire thought was like, okay, cool. We're gonna, in the third book, we'll take the city back from Straff, and then he just gets bisected.
Yeah.
Because like they're like, oh, he's like figuring out like what drug cocktail he needs. Like that woman's
so
got
cool. I
like
forgot about
addicted
that,
to heroin, and he's like, I'm actually figuring out that heroin's kind of dope.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh fuck, this guy's getting stronger,
Yeah.
and then he's just gone.
Yeah, I know Straff does get just like solved.
Yeah.
But like the third book is really good. It's got a lot of really big moments. I really like Set. Set's a weird, cool, like
Yeah.
just blunt American dude.
Oh, super American.
Yeah.
Like he's got a beard, and he's like,
Yeah.
I love Vin being like doing the fucking bit of like pushing him out of his wheelchair and being like, get up.
Yeah.
I know you're lying. And then everyone's like,
Yeah, everyone's like, this is tough.
it's I don't know if you ever watched Big Mouth, but like Andrew, like one of the main characters from Big Mouth, like
I've seen it. I don't know what you're referring to, though.
he's like one of the main characters from Big Mouth. He thinks that like the handicapped kid is like fucking his girlfriend, so he kicks her out. It kicks him out of that like the wheelchair. He's like, "Get up! I know you can walk." And everyone's like,
yeah,
"Yeah,
But nice. I'm glad you're liking it. It's so hype.
It's
I
very
told you it would be.
yeah."
Yeah, you covered a lot. I have little to say.
It was a very fun book.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for the third one. And me and Amos were talking about it. He said that Brando Sando is taking a break from another one of his series to write 3 more Mistborn, like another Mistborn trilogy.
Yeah.
Which, knowing him, will be done in 3 years.
Yeah.
When's your Brando Sando con?
December.
Okay. Crazy.
Yeah.
Tell him I say hi.
I will.
Okay.
I'll say you specifically.
Gotcha.